we are here with Russ Brandon, and I got to say, this is probably one of the biggest mergers that has gone down for not NBA, NFL. This is a big merger outside of those.
It was. It was a long process. It was a good process, though. Some of these mergers can be, as they say in business school, disasters in acquisitions, not mergers and acquisitions, right? But this has been a really good process to go through. Just like when you're in the NFL, it's all about ownership.
Right.
Right? And it starts with ownership. And we have great owners. We have owned by Fox, and we're owned by, obviously, Danny Garcia, Dwayne Johnson.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. Redbird Capital, Jerry Cardinal, who's one of the best executives in sports and business history. And then to have partnership in an affiliation with Disney, to have all of our games on Fox, ABC, or ESPN, or FS1. Great distribution.
Right.
And, we used to say the XFL stood for the intersection of dreams and opportunities, right? The UFL stands for we're united in unlocking and unleashing those dreams and opportunities for athletes. And I'm very excited about it. As a guy who's been in the NFL most of my career, to have the opportunity to continue to build something to advance the game of football. That's why we're here.
Right. So you guys have a team in my hometown of Dallas.
Yes,
Maybe you heard of them, the Arlington Renegades. First off, the champion Renegades.
Big game Bob. All he does is win, right?
Oh, Bob Stoops.
Coach Stoops is an amazing guy, number one. But to see Arlington come back, go in the playoffs, led by the great Luis Perez, and win the championship, I said, don't ever bet against big game Bob.
Right.
And but no, just the coaches in our league, that we had last year. When you look at people like Bob Stoops and Wade Phillips, and then you have on the USFL side, guys like Mike Nolan, John DiFilippo, Skip Holtz, Curtis Johnson, people that have real pelts on the wall. To be able to attract the kind of coaches we've been able to help and continue to assist in the development of these athletes has been very meaningful to us.
Well, you talk about the XFL, like they were having just a string of bad luck. It started back in 2001.
Yes.
Stopped.
That was just a different thing.
Right. It stopped.
Yes.
Then it comes back, and then the pandemic shuts it off again, and then we come back, and now The Rock gets it and grabs it and makes it his own.
But I'll say this, and I need to give credit to all the people that were a part of XFL 2020. That league would still be going if the pandemic didn't hit.
I think it would have too.
It was built the right way, a lot of good people surrounding it. We were able to sort of take great learnings from that, reboot things, have Dwayne involved, like I mentioned, Jerry Cardinal in the group, and then to have the opportunity to merge with someone like Eric Shanks and Larry Jones and the Fox group, how they've done a very good job at the USFL. Now I truly believe we are here, this league will be here long after my years, because it's an opportunity to continue the development. And we were talking about it earlier. My middle son plays at Boston College. You go to the pro day. There's 18 guys at the pro day.
Right.
Yeah, Zay Flowers is good. We all know that.
Right.
Zay's going to be a first round.
He dropped the ball.
He's going to be a first round pick. Those other 17 guys, none of them are drafted.
Right.
I think they had 2 priority free agents. The rest of them are looking for work. And they're good football players.
Right.
You can mimic that across every single college, and that's what makes up our league. On top of the fact, we had 83% of our players in the XFL last year had rostered in the NFL. Right?
I like to think of you guys as the league of opportunity.
Right, that's what we are.
League of
Dreams and opportunity.
Right. That is a good point. So, how close are you with The Rock?
I know him very well.
Now, do you live in LA or do you live out in Dallas? Where do you reside?
I still live in upstate. I still live in Buffalo.
Wow. Okay.
But we are in Dallas a lot. I spent 5 months in Dallas last year.
Okay.
In LA often now with Fox, and then sort of jumping around from New York to Dallas to LA.
So back and forth. Okay. Dallas. I mean, how did Dallas come about? I remember because first we were Dallas Renegades, and then we switched to Arlington. So I guess to say, how did Arlington come about? How did Arlington get in the mix?
Well, we were close. So I need to give a shout out to Sean Decker and all the people with the Texas Rangers. World champion Texas
I was
Rangers.
just going to say, could you say world champion? Have you gotten a chance to go over to the new field?
Yes, I've been there.
Okay.
Sean Decker is one of my very close friends who's president of Rev Entertainment, which is the business arm of the Rangers. Mm-hmm. And we worked on that deal for a couple years to bring all of our athletes to train in the centralized hub in Arlington.
Right.
So, as you know, every athlete in the XFL and now the UFL will train in Arlington from February 24th until when our season concludes on June 16th. And then we go into market and play our games, as you know.
I got a question for you. Tell me about how you landed Globe Life Field as the spot for the games.
Well, Sean Decker.
Sean Decker, okay.
Sean Decker. So
it was just like we'll give it to you guys instead of tearing it down, because most of they tear everything down once you guys we can take it.
Choctaw Stadium's been great. We had two of our teams training there last year, Arlington and Houston, under Wade Phillips. We have a Center of X Performance Center where all of our athletes rehab, coming off of any injuries. Everything we do in training-wise, practice-wise, South Lake Carroll, Dragon Stadium, Pennington Field, Mansfield. I have to give a shout-out to great Texas AD, Mansfield, Philip O'Neill. We wouldn't have been able to do this without Philip and his leadership. So the relationships we built in your great town of Dallas has allowed us to sustain and build this league, and it's a central reason that we were as successful as we were last year.
Now, you guys are after the NFL seasons are with.
Yes,
now, will you guys be
March 30th?
Will you guys be expanding more games, looking to do more games?
So this year we're doing 43 game windows. It's a 10 week season, a week of playoffs, and the championship. We're looking at everything moving forward, and we have 8 teams in our league. The most difficult part of the merger was some of those teams went away that were a part of our league last year in both leagues. So expansion is on the docket. We'll see how that goes as we move forward.
Is the game plan to become bigger than the NFL?
No, the game plan is to continue to work side by side with the NFL to advance our game and grow our game. We like to say we're a league of innovation, but we are not a league of gimmicks.
Right.
So, we continue to advance. You see the things that we've done with the extra points and the onside kick option and our kickoff.
And a lot of people wanted to incorporate, once they seen you guys doing certain stuff, everything's like, maybe the NFL should incorporate this.
Well, we had 94.1% return rate last year.
Right.
So, it's a great part of our game, and we want to find a way to keep it in the game, but keep it in the game safely.
I like it. So, when the Arlington Renegades repeat, I'm just kidding.
Don't put anything past Bob.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a great chance now.
Now, we kick off the USFL champion and the XFL champion.
That's great. That's a genius idea.
On
that's
March 30th in Arlington. So get your tickets now, everyone back in Dallas.
Oh, you didn't come with any today? We don't get any today?
Hey, you're on full scholarship. Do whatever you want.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down. Thank you so much. And if I understand correctly, The Rock's supposed to be here later?
Listen,
you're supposed to be his friend. You're supposed to know.
I am his friend, but I don't know his schedule, right?
Oh, come on, man.
If he comes in here, the place will blow up.
I'm telling you, man, this place will shift. Everybody's going to Pat McAfee.
It's great because anytime I'm near him, everyone, I could walk from here to Dallas right now. No one even know I was there if he walked in here. So.
Thank you, Mr. Brandon.
Appreciate you.
And I'm going to come check out some more of those games.
Whatever you need.
All right.
Look forward to it. Thank you.